welcome aboard the island of madness and BS3. It is your host, 212. And am I doing this on the night of the game's going to be tomorrow morning? Yes, I am. I'll be real with you guys, because, I like to communicate with my audience. It's very difficult to do this when you have to wait until the Monday night game is done, and then do the Thursday night game predictions. It's very difficult. Speaking of which, before anyone calls me a liar, if this shows properly, I had a tweet saying Texans over Bengals. So, let's get back. Boom. I'm not a liar. I did predict the Texans over the Bengals, and I was right. I rest my case. You can check my Twitter to act to prove it, but I doubt any of you will. Anywho, this is taking the light off my face. Very complicated. But let's get into the games. I'll be real with you guys right now. I'm also debating whether or not I want to do the actual talk about the games. I just want to release a predictions video and talk about fantasy. We'll see how that goes on, but anywho, first game I'm talking about, probably one of the more underlining games that we talk about, New England and New Orleans. Tom Brady versus Drew Brees. Arguably going to go down in history as a top 10 QB. Brady has definitely cemented himself in at least the top 2. Now you can argue between Montana and Peyton Manning who should be the other 2, but that's up to you. I don't care. I'm just trying to be an analyst and get this down. So, Brady, who's probably going to be very angry because he lost week 1. And so, expect him to be a decent QB and actually play better than he did against KC. Or maybe he's falling off the cliff. I don't know. I don't make these things. They had, no one at receiver. And last time, they didn't have anyone at receiver, really. They got their butts kicked by the Eagles. So, but again, New Orleans doesn't have half the defense that Philadelphia has. So, it's a toss-up that who knew that will happen. And don't be surprised if this turns out like that Saints-Giants matchup a couple of years ago, when each team scored over 40 points and over 800 yards was scored. Whatever. Drew Brees is also upset because he lost week 1, but and so expect them to both be angry, expect them to both toss over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns probably. I expect a high-scoring game. Because the Saints defense is kind of gone now too. Or not the Saints, but the New England Patriots defense is kind of shaky too, and proved that when they played that they can't stop the run. So I expect it to be a high-scoring game, but whatever. Second game, let's talk Super Bowl rematch. From a Super Bowl a long time ago, long before I was born. Minnesota heading to Pittsburgh. Minnesota, impressive win. We all knew their defense was decent and stopped Drew Brees as much as it could. Their offense showed up. Again, against the Saints defense, that's non-existent to a certain extent. And another reason why I lost in both my fantasy league is because I did not trust the one individual I praised all offseason, Adam Thielen. But I'm not making that mistake again. He started in both leagues in the flex because, I gotta trust my actual receivers, which, dear Lord, help me. But nonetheless, Pittsburgh, great offense, struggled against Cleveland a little bit, but they get a divisional rivalry, so I'm not going to freak out too much about it. And then Minnesota, decent team, but Pittsburgh's going to be one of those higher elevated teams expected to go far, AFC Championship probably, but they'll lose to New England. But the case can be made, I don't know. I'm expecting a good game. Pittsburgh's offense versus Minnesota's defense, kind of like how the New Orleans offense was. We'll see. A bunch of other crappy games. Then, third game, this one I'm over the fence about, honestly. It's a toss-up. You got Cowboys and Broncos. Cowboys offense versus Broncos defense. Broncos somewhat offense versus Cowboys somewhat defense. Last time these two teams faced, it was a high-scoring affair. And so, honestly, I'm expecting things to be a little more low-scoring this time. Dak and Zeke will probably have decent games. I'm not expecting, huge games, because Denver does have somewhat of a defense. Whatever pieces may have been gone, but they do have a defense somewhere over some rainbow. And I'm expecting them to do good things. So, it'll be interesting to watch. And I'm already just debating whether or not I want to do this. I like my last 2 categories, but we'll get into it. And then I slide over here, because blocking. all the lovely games scroll down here with my predictions, go over some notes, like Tennessee's going to bounce back against Jacksonville. Jacksonville had their fun and glory, whatever. Andy Reid Bowl, yeah, Casey's going to win. Carolina, Buffalo, I think that'll be a low-scoring game. They have decent defenses if they can show up. So, expect that. I'm also surprised by a lot of people who are also taking the Rams to beat the Redskins. I know the Redskins, I predict that the Redskins are going to go downhill this year, but if they lose to the Rams, it's going to really leave a mark. If the Rams can go 2-0, then it'll be a boost for them. So, we'll see. We shall see. Atlanta, I expect them to be a decent team. I expect them to at least somewhat compete, but I don't expect them to be anywhere near as good. I think their magnificent run of last year was just a one-year wonder kind of thing. And I'll be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if they missed the playoffs this year. I wouldn't. Honestly, I expect them to be exactly like last year's Panthers. That's how much I expect. If they make playoffs, win a couple games, then, I'll be surprised. And then, again, if OBJ plays, the Giants win. If not, I don't think they will. So, whatever I tell myself to put on the captions list, it'll be dependent on my hearing of the Giants call on OBJ. Because, this is me talking now, but I'll talk later in the captions. Because, editing. Who doesn't love editing? Fun. Fantasy leagues, I lost in both leagues by somewhat close margins. In the one league I lost, freaking idiot friend started Cooper Kupp. And let me be real. The only reason he was drafted is because another guy in the league, giant Rams fan, and he only did it just to upset him. Only reason he did that. And then he started him. This guy knows next to nothing about football. In fact, he took Aaron Rodgers in the first round. That's how much next to nothing he knows. And then he took JT in the 6th round. Justin Tucker, the kicker. Frustrates me. But, whatever. We'll bounce back. We'll start Adam Thielen because he'll do great because Sam Bradford likes to hit him. And then in the other league, I don't even remember what happened. Probably because Mike Thomas didn't do me anything. Crabtree didn't do me anything. And it was just painful. But, whatever. We're going to bounce back. We're going to do great things. And we're going to be a great season. And that's all I got. Because I'm trying to hurry this up. Because I want to get this uploaded eventually. Don't you like it when we break the fourth wall? Very nice. I hope this satisfies you guys' need. I went 11-4 last week. By the way, I guess I should point that out now. My battery's going to die pretty soon. I'm hoping to be only double digits in losses. If I could be single digits in losses the whole year, that'd be cool. But double is going to happen. Anywho, that is my week 2 predictions as fast as I could on Saturday night. See y'all week 3. Well, I'll debate whether or not I want to actually discuss individual games. Deuces.